minute later, Celtics lead is 6, and Kemba ices it.
He's so shifty, Jalen, and whenever you're involved in the pick and roll, you're not going to have a chance to stop him.
If you notice, an economy of dribbles in order to get his shot off.
Kemba Walker would knock down another three here that basically puts the icing on the cake. Walker would finish with 32 points on the night, and the Celtics would hold off Dallas 109-103. Part of the storyline certainly is how good the Mavericks have been. But let's talk about Boston, because Kemba Walker continues to fill the hole left by Kyrie Irving, and in some ways is exceeding expectations. His scoring and shooting nearly identical to what Irving had last year, but the Celtics are winning at a much higher rate. Boston went just 37-30 when Kyrie was in the lineup last year. And so this is part of the narrative. You were aware of that, and you look frustrated. Tell me why.
It's just like, we can't let the Kyrie thing go. Like, I understand.
He did play there last year, Jay.
I understand that, Jalen Rose, and I know that they're on pace to maybe get 10 more wins than what they had last year.
How many?
But 10 more wins than what they had last year. But ultimately, let's see if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I know that we make this thing seem like it was a lot of Kyrie's fault, but Jason Tatum was taking a lot of tough contested twos last year. Jaylen Brown didn't have his money yet. There's a lot of different scenarios, too. It just wasn't all on Kyrie. They're different. I don't know if that equates to better for the playoffs, though.
What do you think?
Jay's an amazing analyst. He's totally unbiased. Where you go to college?
Now, tell me why I'm wrong. I'll tell you, I went to college. You know where I went to college at?
Two-time player of the year. I'm pretty sure Kyrie had your jersey growing up at Duke, right?
What does that have to do with it?
Does it mean he's wrong?
It just means this. You know chemistry as well as anybody, Jay.
I do.
And you play with a ton of All-Americans, but you were the lead dog. Kyrie's in the position to be the lead dog with the Boston Celtics, a really talented team that just was not following him.
Understood.
And here's the other thing I want to say for Kemba. He's been better than Kyrie the last 2 years. One of those guys was third-team All-NBA last year. That's Kemba. One of those guys is going to be in an All-Star game this year. That's Kemba. He's consistently been better, though Kyrie is more talented.
So wait, I guess my question is, so how are we defining better, Greeny? Like, is better mean go deeper in the playoffs, have a better regular season record? Like, we define better.
Well, here's how I would define it. Just the reality is the reality. The Celtics made a run to the Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals without Kyrie 2 years ago. He came back last year, and they seemed like a dysfunctional mess. And now he's gone, and they seem to be playing together again. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. I'm not talking to anyone inside.
I know. All I go to is you lose Al Horford. That's a big question, a gap for you during the playoffs. So that's what I'm saying. Better? Like, are we saying better? Like, they're going to do further than what they did last year? Like, they got to the semis.
Well, the Celtics are better this year because they're going to be the number 2 seed in the regular
Wait, say that. Okay.
That's better than last year.
Okay.
Okay. And like Greeny said, when you add Gordon Hayward and Kyrie to a team with Al Horford, you should go further. They just didn't have the chemistry. And you alluded to it. Now Jason Tatum gets more chance to play and grow into his game. Jaylen Brown gets a chance to grow into his game. And you ready for this? That's without Hayward, too. It's not just Kyrie. Both of those guys perform better a lot of times without both of those guys.
All right.
At the end of the day, Kemba Walker is a terrific player who's been toiling in the comparative anonymity of Charlotte for a long time, right? People just haven't paid attention because his games aren't prominently featured. I think the world is now seeing just how good he is. These two guys can continue this argument tomorrow night because they will tip off your weekend with another NBA doubleheader on ESPN. You guys will have Embiid and the Sixers against Porzingis, again, playing great, and the Mavs. That's 8 Eastern. Then we'll see the Pelicans and the Warriors. Coverage starts with NBA Countdown, 7 Eastern tomorrow night, right here on ESPN. Curious. We're in December. How?
Family.
It's great looking shoes. We're in December. We're talking this way. We're in December. How important to the players is this game when all of us will look at it and say it could wind up being an NBA Finals preview?
For these two teams, it should mean everything because the Lakers are going for the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, and the Bucks are going for the number 1 overall seed in the NBA. There's a legitimate chance they could face one another in the NBA Finals. And this is why I hate load management, because when you have a chance to go against the best, and I know Anthony Davis is dealing with an ankle injury. He missed the previous game that they lost. But I also saw him finish the previous game. If you can walk, Jay Will.
I'm with you.
You got to be there for the game against Giannis.
Look, this is LeBron James against Giannis.
This is AD against Giannis.
This is LeBron James against Giannis. That's that matchup. You know why? Because Giannis is going to guard LeBron James. Is LeBron James going to guard Giannis? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a Kentavious Caldwell-Pope or like a Danny Green or maybe even a Dwight Howard.
No. The Lakers have.
You don't tell me no.
Is this the year of dynamic duels, Greeny?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and there's one pair in the NBA that both average 25 points, right? One of those guys is a perimeter player leading the league in assists. The other guy is Anthony Davis, one of the best bigs in the game. I want to see him against Giannis up front.
How about this? If AD and LeBron play, the Lakers win. If it's just LeBron, the Bucks win.
Right now, who's the best player in the game, LeBron James or Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Giannis.
Giannis is the most dominant player. I think the best player in the game is LeBron James.
Giannis.
That's fine. Tell me why.
Because Giannis fills up the stat sheet for his team. So what would the Lakers be without LeBron? They would still have AD.
They wouldn't be.
They would be last year's New Orleans Pelicans.
Yes. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Boom. What would the Bucks be without Giannis?
Well, both players, I think, are significant to their team.
I mean, they're both incredibly important.
I think Giannis is one of the most dominant players. He's a stat filler, but it's the way LeBron James elevates everybody around him. Like, he just makes everybody great. He gets everybody paid.
So I got to say this. Hold on. Giannis was playing last year, and so was LeBron. Giannis's team had the best record in the NBA.
Right.
And they made it to the playoffs. LeBron got injured 17 games.
Don't do that. LeBron was averaging 27, 7, and 7 before he got hurt, and they were on their way to being in the playoffs.
This is not a referendum on LeBron. I'm just showing everybody how Giannis has elevated DiVincenzo, Middleton,